that the excellent work you have been doing right now.
Great, thank you. Okay, we will give you some notebook and some information so that I can just show you kinds of illustration so you can understand more easily. So a moment please, my team just go down and take some other stuff. So a moment. Okay, well, actually, Buddhism for Education in Cambodia is founded in 2012, and it is recognized by the government of Cambodia. And usually, it is called non-governmental organization. It should be registered. It's a must. If we don't register in the Ministry of Interior, so it's very problem. But we are very lucky that the government also recognizes. Yeah. So please take this one, and you can share to our brothers. Yeah. You know, back BC, we have two things which is, you know, very important and bring the value to society. But I think I don't think here. We have English as well here. Yeah, maybe you can. Yeah, just some of those things. We have the like vision, mission, and goal. But what I want to tell you is just two things that is we working on. You know, the social value, like bringing education to the young generation, and secondly, we we have projects to get involved with the social welfare kinds of humanitarian assistance too. So we have 5 projects, but other thing only two main things, that is education and humanity. So these two that we are designing the 5 projects to meet all those projects. So just as I told you, even the prisoner education, youth education, children sponsorship, all these things is concerning with the education, and even the monastic education as well, because we have 2 kinds of education, that is monastic education, and national education. So, but we are, as a Buddhist organization, we should really focus on the monastic education, but we do both monastic education and the national education, refer to the young generation, because we are really important for the youth, for the children, for our Buddha Sasana, for next future to come. But our Buddha Sasana, like a novice, young novice, also important. Actually, if you have time, I can take you to a monastery, one monastery that I always support the projects, that is monastic education, that there are hundreds of young novices, small young novices, but they really study hard. That is what's like a temple, you know that? Yeah, I think you'll always watch on our activity as well. And yeah, for your question that you want to ask me, whether we have for the projects for the futures. Actually, these 5 projects we have been implemented since 2012. Everything is going on. Actually, before just very small, I mean like youth education, we can do just small place. But right now we expand, even throughout Cambodia. We can go almost every provinces that we've been to have a training with the student, with the children. Last time like 200, 300, but right now if we do it, we have a training even 1,000, sometimes 5,000 students just one event, So it is also recognized by the official in all those areas that always invite us to have that training morality,
That's
for
perfect.
them that, they can really reform themselves from the negative way to be a better person, better student, better children, that they really appreciate, because the parent also really happy with the positive way that after our monks that go to train them, and then they really change something very positively. So they very much appreciate it and happy with our projects as well. So this 5 project we will expand more wisely, and you need some really sponsor as well. But right now we have a good partner as well from Malaysia, from our Cambodian people abroad that always sponsor us for those projects as well. Usually our donors not from other religion. We don't have other faith that sponsor us, but we have only the Buddhist group, Buddhist partner, Buddhist organization have a partner as well, such as this book. We print yearly 20,000 notebooks, so it's very much important, for the young generation, because actually not only for writing. This is, you can say, it's a notebook that means writing, but actually not for only writing, but this is short Dhamma, the message of the Buddha. So they really can, memorize it and know about the meaning of life and the Buddha's teaching in short message. So in the same time, they can note down all the lesson and also study Buddhism. So this book is very much, helpful for the children. Even sometimes we don't go to the village or to the school frequently, but they get the books and so they can study by themselves. So it's one important. Actually, we have another books that is Dhamma for youth. So also we get sponsor from Malaysia as well to print all those books. So really, if we can cooperate, maybe some more project that we can make more like 20,000 notebooks. But if we have more donor, we can print even maybe much more than that number, so we can expand our projects throughout Cambodia, because a lot of students really need all those books. So, but this is what we are doing right now, and we in the future we are actually, this is you can see this is our office, our office, but we hire, this building we hire, it's not our own, and we spend monthly only $150. It's very cheap. I think if we compare to other building, even in Battambang, it's not really that prices, that cost. But they understand we are doing for the society, for the Buddha Sasana, so they don't charge us high, they don't charge us costly. They just only $150, is very cheap. Yeah, and we have another center. I think you can see on Facebook that we have. It's not far from here, just about 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away. That we have. We just built. We just built last year. We just got the land, but it's not really big. Just kind of like 80 multiple with 40 meters. So it's not really big, but we have one building for training and for meditation. And in the next project, in the future, that we are designing our projects, our plan, that we want to build kinds of a large building, that can consist of even hundreds of students, even the Buddhist monk, and also with the lay children, that we will have a training with kinds of monastic education, but it's not, it is like international Buddhist monastic education. It's not really specific only Khmer, but like international, like we use English medium. So it is our projects for the futures. But we are right now trying to get some more land, so that we can expand our center more bigger, and then we can have a building. So it is the next project. So thank you very much.
Thank you. It's again using this to enhance and see that how we can see the youth are growing, developing on the Dhammic path, at the same time still very relevant to the modern knowledge they are learning, because that is usually the goal that we have. That how can we develop the youth today to be not only smart, but to also be virtuous. And that is very tricky in the condition of the world today, where everyone is
competitive.
Very competitive and prone more to the consumerism and materialism. And right now, since the Cambodia economic is growing rapidly, so you cannot withstand the test of these inflow of the materialism.
So thank you very much, all of you that visit organization, and we wish you all happy, enjoy your life. May you all be happy and well. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, brother. ខ្ញុំកណាត់មកភាពមិញនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសច្រើនតិចសញ្ជស្រ័យកណាកូនចាញ់ញាតិញោមជាពិសេសគឺ ញាតិញោមដែលកំពុងតាមដានស្ដាប់វិទ្យុសំឡេងពធរបស់យើង 102.70 MHz ជាកម្មវិធីពិសេស ហើយយើងបានជួបជាមួយនឹងគណៈគុណចាស់ព្រះអង្គមុនមកពីថៃ ហើយចង់ដឹងអំពីកិច្ចការងារពលអករបស់យើង ព្រមទាំងអ្វីខ្លះដែលលោកអាចជួយបាន ហើយខ្ញុំគណៈអាត្មាភាពបានរៀបរាប់កិច្ចការងារច្រើន ហើយមួយទៀតគឺរាងលក្ខណៈញាប់ហើយគឺលឿន ចង់និយាយថាព្យាយាមក្តោបនេះអាស្រ័យដោយលោកមានពេលតែ30នាទីគណៈគឺប្រញាប់មែនទេអញ្ចឹងគឺថា ប្រឹងប្រែងរៀងឆាប់ចប់ហើយឲ្យក្តោបនេះហើយយើងបានយល់គ្នាដោយច្រើនហើយលោកក៏បានឆ្វេងយល់ពីពួកអកយើងបានច្រើនអញ្ចឹងជារួមគឺញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទក៏បានយល់ហើយថាតើពួកអកយើងបានធ្វើអីជួយជាតិនិងសាសនាហើយកំពុងបន្តធ្វើហើយនឹងមានគម្រោងបន្តទៀតក៏យើងបានដឹងជាភាសាខ្មែរនឹងយល់គ្នាអស់ហើយអញ្ចឹងគ្រាន់តែអ្វីដែលអាត្មាភាពបាននិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសជម្រាបដល់គេប៉ុណ្ណឹងទេអញ្ចឹងសូមញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទបានជ្រាបហើយអាត្មាភាពសូមប្រគេនបុណ្យជូនបុណ្យកណាគុណចាស់គ្រប់អង្គញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទទាំងអស់ជាពិសេសក៏ញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទដែលកំពុងមើល live របស់យើងដែលច្រើនដែរគឺរាប់ម៉ឺនអ្នករហូតរាល់ថ្ងៃពេលដែលយើង live គឺមើលច្រើនណាស់អញ្ចឹងក៏សូមជូនបុណ្យកុសលដល់គណៈគុណចាស់ញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទទាំងអស់បានសុខបានចម្រើនគ្រប់អង្គគ្រប់គ្នាកុំបីអខានឡើយសូមនមស្ការលេងរនពលិសាធុសាធុសាធុក្រាបនមស្ការព្រះគណៈគុណចាស់គ្រប់អង្គរនពូញាតិញោមពុទ្ធបរិស័ទខ្ញុំគណៈអាត្មាភាពធម្មសេនាហៈសៀងហៃនិមន្តចូលរួមកិច្ចប្រជុំហើយនឹងការប្រារព្ធវិសាខបូជាអន្តរជាតិនៅបូរីញូវយ៉កទីស្នាក់ការអង្គការសហប្រជាជាតិថ្ងៃនេះថ្ងៃទី10ខែឧសភាពុទ្ធសករាជ2560ឈានចូល2561ថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរគឺព្រះសង្ឃអន្តរជាតិព្រះសង្ឃខ្មែរយើងក៏ដូចជាព្រះសង្ឃប្រទេសដទៃផ្សេងទៀតបានទទួលការនិមន្តពីឯករាជ្យទូតប្រទេសកាន់ពុទ្ធសាសនាជាច្រើនមកទទួលចង្ហាន់នៅទូតស្រីលង្កាប្រចាំនៅ UN ហើយជាកិត្តិយសផងដែរគឺយើងបានទទួលការទទួលស្គាល់ពីខាងសាលាហៅថាសាលាក្រុងបូរីញូវយ៉កគេទទួលស្គាល់វិសាខបូជារបស់យើងតាមពិតវិសាខបូជានេះទទួលស្គាល់ដោយអង្គការ UN ហើយប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់ទីកន្លែងមួយគឺថាសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកចឹងទាល់តែសិទ្ធិរបស់គេទទួលស្គាល់ផងដែរឥឡូវនេះសូមជួបជាមួយនឹងគុណចាស់ព្រះអង្គកាគី What's your name again please Nakagaki គុណជាជនជាតិជប៉ុនហើយជាប្រធានក្រុមប្រឹក្សាសង្ឃនៅសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះអញ្ចឹង excuse me I'm Venerable Hak Seng-hai from Cambodia I'm a executive director of Buddhism for Education of Cambodia I joined this international Vesak Day and very happy to talk to you and it is very great honor that we receive a certificate of proclamation from the office of the New York City. So, what's your idea and what's your concept that we have this one?
First of all, so far, Buddhists in New York or United States in general, Buddhism are not recognized that much, and so we try to make efforts to bring the Buddhist voice. Recently, New York City recognized holiday of Islamic holiday and then Chinese New Year, but still, we do have a Buddhist here too, very from the different countries. So we try to make city be aware. We do have a Buddhist here a lot, and then especially like a Buddha's Day, that's Vesak, should be recognized by this kind of city, international city, and then Buddhism has all over the world too. And so this is one of the efforts that we try to contact state or city to make some proclamation or statement. And so this is one of the results of that. And hopefully this will encourage, the state and then the New York City recognize the Vesak, and so which means Buddha's, wisdom, compassion, or life, and all those, peaceful manners, it should be shared, and then that should benefit the, people in this country too. And so this is nice that at least they are able to send us the proclamation. Next time, maybe Mayor himself should come too.
Thank you very much, Bhante. Would you please tell us what the reason that they can give us this proclamation?
Well, simply, Buddhist has been here, and like a Buddhist council itself with 30 years, we try to help the cities together, and many different occasions we are together, different with different religious organizations, and we try to bring the Buddhist voice, and so I think that's one of the reasons that the city recognized already some of the people, whether we don't get the vote yet for in terms of the school holiday itself, but gradually or one by one we just make them recognize. And actually last year President Obama wrote short but yet recognized the Vesak, which we did last year too.
Yeah,
We try to
that's
make
great.
some efforts to that.
Yeah.
And so more the people realize, oh, there's a Vesak, in May, and then, oh, why, people don't, recognize the Buddhists already, they should, right? so that's one of the way so we can always bring, and then if we have an intention to do it, then we should be able to do it
Yeah.
someday.
Thank you very much. And the last question, on behalf of for you as president of Buddhist Council in New York.
Yes.
So what the Buddhist role
Mhm.
For the monks should do
Mhm.
to propagate the Buddha's teaching in New York in
okay.
somewhere in the world?
First of all, Buddhism itself is very, emphasized mind,
Yeah.
and in this society, especially, mind is something that we people are not take care of it,
Yeah.
and then but even body too, the balance of the bodies, wholesomeness, and peace of, a lot of people are angry here in this country.
Yeah.
Many times anger, something that they have to deal with,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the Buddhist teaching is a lot of way benefit people who have suffering from the pains in mind and body, and at the same time anger, how we control the anger.
Yeah.
There are many ways that Buddhism can benefit people here. And so for me, instead of spreading Buddhism is one thing, but spreading those teaching, the Dharma is something that
Most
very
important.
important, right? And then gradually though, even like a city, this next I think 20th or something, they have a week of healthy mind,
Oh, yeah.
mind health. I mean, which
Yeah.
is very interesting phenomenon.
Yeah.
So at least slowly but steady, there's the idea of the Buddhism is spreading. So I'm sure that you may not see, you may not see visibly that's a Buddhist, but yet there are many Americans are Buddhists
Yeah.
now, and they
But
practice
sometimes
mindfulness.
they don't claim themselves as Buddhists, but they do
Right.
practice Buddha's teaching,
Uh-huh.
Dharma,
Right.
meditation.
Yeah. So it may be a very different way of bringing the Buddhism here.
Yeah.
Whether the way the monk food works here or not is another question. Maybe lay people oriented Buddhism could be developed here. I have no idea, but then I think we just try to do the best that we can share the truth of the Dharma, and so that bring the probably people, and then bring the maybe new tradition possibly in America. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you very much.
time.
And how about the Buddhism in Japan? Right now
Uh-huh.
is progress or?
Well, that I'm not too sure. I live in here for over 30 years
Over
now.
30 years.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Japan part. Yeah, they having changes, of course,
Okay.
definitely. Young Buddhist monks try to bring more young people, bring it more attention to the Buddhism itself. Sometimes a little bit too much for me, but like rock music with the
Yeah.
Buddhism. I guess you can
Yeah.
give the message or something. 30 years, 1985 I came, so 32 years.
Yeah.
And then New York itself is 23 years, 1994. So that's
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think so, because sometimes it's like too much to take the young people
Right,
by
because,
the other means
uh-huh.
like music rock. So
Uh-huh.
sometimes
How
it's
how
not
much
the
you
way
can
that we
maintain the
take
the
people.
tradition,
Yeah, tradition.
balance of the tradition and the new is
Yeah.
always a challenging part
Challenging
too.
part.
So, but if you don't do anything, then you may not be able to
Yeah.
develop anything either. so. Then maybe we try to examine the
Yeah.
things and have more, maybe experience. We may
Right.
need more experiments, like
Yeah.
scientists do a lot of experiments.
Yeah.
So maybe Buddhists we may need a little more wisdom to
Yeah.
do such experiments, but then always thinking of the benefit of people,
Yeah.
and then bringing the truth to everyone. Then that should be the most important practice that we could do.
Bhante,
Mhm.
for me, myself, I think
Mhm.
Buddhism is the
Mhm.
symbol of wisdom and
Uh-huh,
the symbol of peace. So how about you?
Oh yeah. So for me also, Buddhism is one of the attractive part for me is a peace part, and then especially even like dialogue and so forth, respect others.
Yeah, right.
So those are very, very important teaching. And instead of just benefiting myself, benefit others is also like today's the dana
Yeah.
offering. That's actually the symbolically very important aspects of the Buddhism. Buddhism and bring in a peace and bring in a compassion and or bring in harmony together.
Yeah, thank you very much, Master, for your
You're
time,
welcome.
and
Thank
we
you. And
will be very happy and joyful to participate in this very great day, Vesak Day.
Okay, and a happy Vesak Day to you.
Happy Vesak Day, happy Vesak Day.
Thank you so much.
Everyone should say happy Vesak Day because it's the New Year of Buddhism.
Oh yes, sure, definitely. Okay. Well,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you again. Take care.
I'm Venerable Hatseng Hai from Cambodia, and I have some idea concerning this topic. And like this morning, actually, we have discussed a lot on advantage and disadvantage. As I heard, most of us prefer the disadvantage. But I think if we think of the Buddha's teaching, we can see that the property and something which can be used for the people. It is said for the foolish and for the wise man. So property, if happen to the foolish, it will harm those people. It will harm themselves. But property happen to the wise man, it will be useful. So I think it's the same way for technology in the modern era, digital era. It can be used in the right way. But sometimes we are talking negatively, so we can see a lot of negative things happen from the digital era. Yes, of course, we are not Arya. We are the worldly people. Sometimes our mind not really educated. It really affects from those things. But we are right now working on mission to propagate the Buddha's teaching and for the world peace and for the propagation of the Buddha Sasana. But do we think of our target for the people or our next generation? Our next generation will depend on young generation, the children, the youth. But right now, we can see that the youth and the children, they really attached to the modern technology. So if we really separate from those technology, we will be like isolated. That means Buddhism not really engaged with society. So as I tell you, I just have some idea like this morning, that as we are a Dhamma preacher or the propagator of Buddha Sasana, we should know all those things. And we should get involved with those technology. I don't mean we talk in disadvantage, but we can use that technology in the proper way. So, this morning, like the rector of MCU, he mentioned about the Mara devil. It really comes a lot to the brain of the young generation through the media. But the media that affect to the society. So we can use the media to propagate the Buddha's teaching. I think it is more effectively. Just like at the moment, if we don't have the media or modern technology, how can we come together? Like we are speaker or invitation, they announce in the Facebook. For me, how I know this seminar, because I see in the Facebook page of this MCU, so I write the topic, so it is selected. So I think this is this advantage. If we think of only this advantage, we will see a lot of things. So I think this one, the resolution for the world Sasana will be prosperity and develop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Venerable. This is a kind of the big topic of today's concern. Anybody want to share?
People that write anything, they have. Okay, well, so I think all of you know about Cambodia, and we have a history between like Mon and Khmer. So Khmer is now become our language. So like I'm from Cambodia, we say this is Khmer, yeah, the Khmer language or Khmer people. We don't say Cambodia people, we say Khmer people. So Khmer more like a brother in the history, very long time ago. So for right now, we are a Theravadin Buddhist country, you know, and we have 50,000 Buddhist monks throughout Cambodia and monastery, so 4,000 monastery. And the population of Cambodian people right now is 15 million, not so many people, you know. We have very small territory actually, but in the ancient time we have very, very big, you know, but now become very smaller country. So the population only 15 million people. But we are very proud to say that all of Cambodian people mostly are Buddhist. So we have 95% of Cambodian practice Buddhism. And I think that is only Cambodia that it is stated that Buddhism is the state religion. I don't think in Myanmar or in Thailand that their constitution, their constitution state that Buddhism belongs to the nation. But Cambodia, on chapter 3, it is stated that Buddhism belongs to the state religion. Well, one more thing, to respond to the theme that we're talking about, the Buddha education and contribution to the society, and what we are doing in Cambodia to contribute to the society. And we have a very long history between Cambodia and Myanmar as well. I think the learned or the scholar who research on Buddhism between Cambodia and Myanmar might know the Dr. Jotanyano Junat. Jotanyano Junat is, I don't think Burmese people recognize him some, because in the Buddhist Council, because it's in Mandalay, it's the 5th Buddhist Council, and in Kapae, you know Kapae, right? Kapae tila. Chào Giao Pu là có ba mà Giao Pu đó mày nó. So in Kapae, that is the 6th Buddhist Council, and all the religious leaders around the world, they come to join. So one of Cambodian monk, that is Jotanyano Jonat, he's very learned in Cambodia. He got the title from this country, that is Apithaja Ratha Mahagaru Tila. Apithaja Maharatha Guru. Yeah. Nalela. But it's correct, Pandey. It's Apithaja Maharatha Guru. Yeah, correct. So we got this title from the government of Myanmar. I think in the Buddhist Sixth Buddhist Council in Kapai. So we are proud of him, and he is one of the members who compiled the Tipitaka, the 3 Buddhist canon. Our Tipitaka, a very special, different from other country. Why? Because we manage this 2-page, but this is Pali and this is Khmer. That's Pali and Khmer, so it's like this. So when we read, we can look at both Pali or our language. So at that time, the member of the Sangha, led by him, by Yotanyano Jonat, he did very well job. I think it's only in Cambodia first, but other countries might do later on. And one of his achievements, and up to now, that it is recognized throughout Cambodia, that is dictionary, Khmer dictionary. How to say dictionary in Myanmar? Bale? Okay, sorry, Bale. So, we have only only one dictionary. So every Khmer people that write anything, they have to refer to his dictionary. Up to now, we don't have other dictionary. So, we take only his dictionary as unique and check, the references with his achievements. So this is a great monk Cambodia that contribute to Cambodian society that I want to illustrate to you, explain. And recently, I think all of you know about Cambodia, that we come through the Khmer Rouge. Khmer Rouge, that we have very bad history within 3 years, that is very nightmare, that people have been killed and Buddhism almost destroyed. So it is 1975 to 1979. And Buddhism and everything almost destroyed. So after the Civil War, it's finished, and there is one monk as well who play very important role to bring a peace to Cambodia. Sure, we have the government and the leader that can talk to each other, but the monk also he contributes a lot to this peace building up to now. That is the most venerable Kosananda. Kosananda, I think all of learned scholar know about him. He's a Kosananda who always walk, even because we have, after the war, they have, still the rebel, some region that cannot approach. They still have soldiers, they still have weapons to fight each other, like, fighting in some area. So only him that can approach the leader of the Khmer Rouge to negotiate between the government and the leader of Khmer Rouge. So he very good one and recognized by the United Nations, So, and his body, he's passed away already, and his body is in United States of America. Well, I want to tell you something that is about Buddhism for Education of Cambodia. That is, we are we are not committee yet, but we have a good relationship with Dr. Thavivat and also Dr. Keen about my organization that we host last year in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. That is Buddhism for Education of Cambodia, BEC. So we are doing 2 things, which is bring something value to the society and to the Buddha Sasana. So the first one is promoting social values through education, and second one, social welfare through humanity. So how do we respond to these 2 things? So the first one, youth education, I think is very important, not only Cambodia, but throughout throughout the world. For the Buddhist country, for the Buddhist community, we have to think of the next generation, as Dr. Thavivat mentioned this morning, that we are now facing the threat. Facing the threat. We have the experience in Cambodia even now. In remote area, the other religion, other faith, they try their best to reach the children, the young people at the countryside. But we among sometimes stay in temple. We try to be proud of them, of our followers, and we preach Dhamma, and many people come. But what you see, many people come really, but only the old people. The old people are coming to pay respect to the Sayadaw. Yeah, nale la, namale bula. Ola but nale de gone, Okay, good. So we have to think about that. Sometimes we preach Dhamma, we try to transfer what we are thinking and what we know, what is the unique of the Buddhism. But traditionally, so people just come and listen. But how about the young generation? For the futures of our Buddha Sasana, we have to think about that. So that is what I'm doing right now in Cambodia. We don't focus mainly on the old people, but we try to think of the young generation. So we approach the children, hundreds of children, thousands of children in remote areas throughout Cambodia to understand what the Buddha taught and to get some benefit. So we distribute thousands of books to the students. We have the training, very important section, one training that if we talk about the sacrifice of the parent, ape ame lo de. So the children, they sometimes commit something wrong with the parent. So we try our best to explain, to the children that our parents did a lot of things, have done a lot of things for their future. But sometimes why you don't care to your mother? Why sometimes you don't listen to your parents and commit something wrong? Why? So we are, bringing the Buddha's teaching that in Sangala Sutta, they talk about the obligation and duty of the children, how to follow the appearance. So but right now in the society, I think you understand it because you have your own children, right? The children sometimes don't listen to you. So why? So only Buddhist monks that play important role, that some word they effective to the people, the young people, such as in Cambodia. If you talk to the children might listen to you. But if the monk give advice even a little bit, the children they listen. So the monk try to explain, like you can see in photo, why he cry, why the student cry, because we explain about Buddhism, about their duty. They have to fill up the obligation as a children. So it's very important, and all the school right now invite us to give the lecture, to have a training. This is the first one. The project, youth project. Achen Shila, Achen Mashibula. 5 minutes. Achen Mashibu. Nga minute. Nyam nyachi shide slide. Achen Mashibu na. So prisoner, it's about, I think prisoner, you want to be a prison? You want to be in prison? I don't think you want to be a prisoner or you want to go to prison. But in Battambang we have one program that our team go to prison and to give Dhamma talk to the prisoner. Sometimes we risk our life, we risk our life. We go to the prison, we don't know that some prisoner might take us as hostage, because they want to get out. But we risk our life to bring the Dhamma to the prisoner. And it is implemented in 2012 up to 2000, even now. So 5 years already that the Buddhist monk in BEC go to the prison and give Dhamma talk like meditation. So you can, I just go quickly. And sponsorship children, as I told you earlier, that we have to think of the young generation. And sometimes we talk so much about what is compassion. We have to cultivate compassion. We have to do loving kindness to the society. But what we are doing right now, sometimes we just make as a word, but no action. So we are together for Buddha Sasana to bring the theory into practical way. So even my team housing for them as well, and we bring school supply, bicycle, anything that can assist them to have a schooling. Well, the poor and aging care. So this is also have for the poor, because I don't blame my country, but Cambodia, some area that we have many impoverished people. Some they go to Thailand, the children go to Thailand to earn some money, to work in Thailand, love their parents, stay with even children, even their grandchildren. So no one take care of their parents because the one that have the power, have the energy, they work in Thailand. So my team always go and have them even housing, even give some food for them. One thing that we have to know, sometimes we don't notice. As in Buddhism, we talk about Amisadana, right? Amisadana and Dhammadana. So when we go to the community, we can do both. Yeah, Amisadana is not really important, but Dhammadana is important. But to get Dhammadana, we have to do Amisadana. Like I'm very hungry, I'm so tired, but the monk come to me and say, oh, please listen to Dhamma, please listen to Dhamma. No, I cannot listen because I'm so hungry. So at first you have to give something to him, to give him the power, and then he can listen to the Dhamma. So what I'm doing in Cambodia, that I bring some food to them, and then I give 5 precepts to them. Please follow the 5 precepts. For you it's good life in this life, and then in the next life, in thousands of life, and then you will attain Nibbana. So this is what I'm doing. So it's a media Dhamma talk. We have a lot of work in Cambodia. That is, we have television. No, I don't have my own television, but I hire 1 hour television to give Dhamma talk, and then radio. We have our own radio in Bat Tambong. So please visit. Kind of promotion, I'm sorry, but it is the reality. And social media. I think right now we are like in Facebook, so you can see our duty and the event. So this is one thing that we are together to propagate the Buddha's teaching to all the world. And it is monastic education. You can see small novices. So I don't have time. So I think roughly, and then Jesitin Bade, Along, Amya, con luôn cho mình Amya, đã Machabu, Amya. One more time. Thank you. Cambodia, Jesitin Bade. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Venerable Rahula. I want to call them Pali names. I cannot correct.
Ha Siang Hai. My name is
Ha Seng Ta.
No, Ha Siang Hai.
Ha Seng Hai.
Yeah, Ha Siang Hai.
Ha Seng Hai Buddhism for Education of Cambodia. He explained both 2 languages.